Yo, what's up, guys? So I did this on stream a little earlier, but I went back and rewatched the VOD, and it wasn't too clear, and there's a few things I want to clarify. And this doing a local recording will make it easier to upload to YouTube. So basically, just going over how to use frame counter to practice Peach flow canceled aerials on shield, and what that all means in terms of shield pressure mix-ups. So for the basics of frame counter, you want to go to debug menu, and then training codes, in-game code toggles, go down to frame counter, and you want that to be on. I'm on version 4.06, and this is my first day using it, and I feel like the frame counter is a little buggy in terms of setting up compared to the previous versions, but I may be doing something wrong. But this does work on all the versions of 20XX, unless there's one that doesn't have frame counter, but I haven't encountered that. So once you make sure you have that on, just pick whatever character you want to practice on, then we'll go FD for now. For 4.06, when you press pause, you can do it without pressing pause, but you can press down on the D-pad, and up here you want to make sure player 2 selected. Go down to 20XX CPU type, and make sure they are on shield hold. You can use shield and then have them do an out of shield option, but just for getting the basics down, put them on hold, and then do A and down on the D-pad to make their shield infinite, and then press down on the D-pad again to exit the menu. So when you have frame counter on, pressing up on the D-pad will freeze your character in whatever state they're in. So you want to decide what flow cancel you want to practice. So we'll do Nair since it's generally the easiest to mess up. So start your float, start the Nair, and then drop the float, and then press up on the D-pad. So this is after dropping the float. I'm in the Nair state. You want to make sure you're doing it out of a flow cancel and not just a normal Nair, because I believe they're registered as like different states. So once you're in the state of that flow canceled aerial, you want to do L, R, and let on the D-pad, and it should assign it to the first port. This version of, the 999% should pop up on port 1, but I believe this is just being buggy. So you can press up on the D-pad again to let go of the state, and now you have that assigned to port 1. And when you land, so I guess on this version of 20XX, if you assign the Nair to port 1, it will automatically assign your next state, which is the landing state for us, to the next frame counter. So that makes port 2 the landing state, which is this. You go into this after every flow canceled aerial, there, and there. And I believe it's the same as just doing a normal land from a jump. You are in that state for... You're inactionable for 4 frames, which means so to act out as soon as possible after landing, you want the frame counter for the land to read out 3, since the frame counter starts at 0, 3% would mean 4 frames. So to demonstrate this real quick, if you jump Nair and hold Z to buffer light shield, you'll see the 3% on the player 2, which means you acted as soon as possible out of the land. The first port is reading how many frames the Nair is out. And that's the basics in terms of setting up or assigning moves to the ports when using frame counter. If you want to do this, if you want to practice other aerials, you want to keep the landing the landing state assigned to a percent. But you do the same thing. You float, start the aerial, drop the float, pause the action, and then LR and left on the D-pad. So what this all means, basically, I guess is the question. I have a notepad with some of the percentages. This is all from a post on the Smashboards page for Peach. It's a sticky thread by Psychorax that goes over how to use this. I'll link it in the description if you want the information directly from the source. But so as you see here, and these numbers are all on that post, you have Nair. And basically, when the frame counter shows 4%, that means you're +3 on shield, if you do it on shield. So, see, that was like 14. That means it was just terrible. This is first day controller, so it's a little rough. So I got 5% on that. So I could go to my notepad, look at 5%, and that means my Nair is +2 on shield. For Nair, it's just 7 minus the readout on the frame counter. Bear, it's 10 minus the readout. And fair is a little more complicated, basically fair you can hit on frame 16 or frame 17, and the equation to it changes based on that. And there's more information on this the Smashwords page. So basically, just reading off it. If you hit with frame 16, you want the frame counter to read out. You want the frame counter readout to read a 16, or as close as possible to 16. So 20 minus the readout equals the frame advantage. If you hit with frame 17, you want the readout to read as close to 17 as possible, with the formula being 21 minus 17. Nair is maximally +3 on shield. All your other aerials are +4. Important to note that when you're looking at the shield mix-up matrix for back air or applying it to back air, you have to consider to use grab. You have to turn around, which at the minimum will use 1 frame. So in a way, you're only getting +3 off there as well in terms of what mix-ups you get to do. So yeah, so say I do an air on shield. Well, okay, not an air. That was 7. So 7 minus 7 is 0. That means that was an even thing on shield. That was 7 again. 6. That means I was +1 on shield. 7, 6, 5. So 5 means I was +2 on shield. And I'm not trying to act out of it, but for an example, I'll try to do a Nair grab. That means I'm going to want the Nair on port 1 to read as close to 4% as possible. And I want the second percentage, which is the landing state, to read as close to 3. So that was 6 and 5. That means my Nair was +1 on shield, and my grab was 2 frames late, which means that wasn't safe. I won't controller John. I just got this controller in the mail though, so I'm going to John anyway. These are really hard to fast fall. You definitely want to fast fall before shield stun. That's something that's been pointed out that Armada messes up, or at least used to a lot. He would hit the shield and then fast fall, which makes it where I think that at best that's you're getting +1 on shield. You want to fast fall before the aerial hits. That's why I keep kind of falling before I get there on accident. I don't know. I'm just not pushing down hard enough with the new stick, but that's the basic idea of it. And so, moving on to a different section, I guess, of this would be applying all of that. And so I'm going to pull up the thread that I was mentioning that had the information on the aerials, which is all this right here. And this is this is kind of what I was talking about, a critique of Armada fast falling after hit lag. Yeah, so to apply all those numbers, say I do an air and I get +2 on shield. I'm going to look at this +2 matrix, and these are the options that you have. It lists the 4 basic options of jab, grab, down smash, and non-commitment. These are your options in the vertical column. And then the horizontal row is your opponent's options after you hit their shield: roll, wait, grab, attack, spot, dodge, and jump. So yeah, if you're wondering what's safe on shield and what beats what option, you can go to this. If you're getting +4 on shield, in most situations your mix-up game should come down to down smash and grab. Because if you see here, jab doesn't beat anything. Jab doesn't beat anything that down smash doesn't. They both lose to weight, but down smash at least requires your opponent to shield angle / shield DI correctly and has a chance of poking. Jab is just going to get shield grabbed every time. There are situations where jab is a decent mix-up. If you've been double jabbing on their shield, you can do a single jab, dash away to try to bait out a shield grab, and then punish from there. Jab becomes more useful as you get down to your worst, as your aerials become less safe on shield, so after you mess up. If they try to, say if I do a nair and it's only +1 on shield and I think they're going to roll, down smash will just not hit, but jab will. So that's when jab comes into place. But I feel if you're doing your aerials correctly and you're able to visualize when they're +4 / +3. I think +3 is the same thing. Down smash is almost always better than jab. Yeah, if you're doing your aerials correctly, you can kind of simplify it down to down smash versus grab. If they wait, you want to grab. If they roll, you want to down smash. Attack is a little weird because, and it talks about it down here, to beat grab, the attack must be active by free. To beat attack with grab, the attack Yeah, so to beat the grab, the attack must be active by frame 3 or intangible by frame 4. And then down smash, the attack must be active by frame 1 or intangible by frame 2, which it gives the examples of Samus and Bowser's up B out of shield. You really want to pay attention to, and I have notes on this, 1 second. Shield pressure frame data notes. There's one more thing I want to touch on real quick. So yeah, so you want to focus on getting +2 on shield, because that's when down smash is better than jab. At best, Nair is +3 on shield, so like accounting for not being frame perfect, you're gonna be +2, and you're still like you still have a good mix-up tree. The less you are on shield, the worse your mix-up tree becomes. All this is pretty self-explanatory, and like just reading it out loud to you guys probably won't help as much. But I kind of wanted to show how the +3 and the +4, like what that means in terms of using it for like to decide what's good on shield and what isn't. That's probably it. I did this, like I said, I did this on stream, but it didn't come out as the way I wanted it. But I should be streaming more in the future at twitch.tv/cobb__. Let me pull up the game. I'll probably upload this little notepad document to the description if you guys want like a quick reference guide instead of digging through the Smashboards post. But other than that, my cat is freaking out, so I guess that's about it.